So spring is right around the corner, and you still want to catch a redfish. All right. Part 3 is going to help you catch redfish just like those. But it's important that you understand a few simple things about spring. Fish behave differently when the water temperature is rising than they do when the water temperature is dropping. The weather is unpredictable and the fish are in transition mode. The first half of the week, the winds are out of the south, and out of nowhere, the winds are out of the north. The temperatures will go from 70 to 35 overnight, and that messes with the fish, and sometimes it's going to cause them to be finicky. Throughout the spring, anglers often fail to catch fish for a few simple reasons. And one of them is just they refuse to leave fish. If you find fish, I know it's hard to be like, well, there was 3 redfish right there. They got to have friends, and it's hard to leave those. But if you found fish that weren't actively feeding, casting in the same area all day is doing you no good. I know it's hard to leave, but you need to move on and find fish that are actively feeding. Another reason is anglers refuse to downsize their baits. They're always out there trying to throw the same bait they caught fish on in October. It's not always the case, and more often than not, you need to come out with a smaller lure, match to hatch, and you'll catch those fish that aren't feeding very aggressively yet. There's a ton of water, and you need to get out there and go explore. The more time you spend on the water, you'll quickly realize that redfish are one of the simplest fish to target. These next few tips are going to help you guys catch more fish. Tip number 1, spending time on the water is way better than reading fishing reports. Fishing for information isn't going to help you catch more fish, and the information you read is not necessarily the information that actually happened. And that brings me back to the other day I was fishing and I had some thoughts. When I get back to the ramp, I don't ever tell anybody how I did. You know, people be like, hey, how'd you do? I'd be like, it was pretty slow out there. We could have caught 10 redfish. But I'm not going to tell them that a mile from where I caught the fish. I just can't do that. And another way around is I see guys all the time who are like, oh yeah, man, we caught 50 redfish this weekend. And they probably didn't catch any fish. So there's a link below to our newest shirts. It's about 2 types of fishermen. Check it out and then let us know in the comments what type of fisherman you are. Tip number 2. The redfish are going to invade the flats. There's no question about it. It's that time of year. But they're not going to feed heavily until the bait arrives. And the bait's not going to arrive until the sun comes up. So you have no reason to be out there on the water at 4:30. Have breakfast, let the sun come up, and then hit the water. Get a little extra sleep. Tip number 3. You need to start asking the right questions. Everyone always wants to know, where are the redfish? What are the redfish doing? Have you seen any redfish? But the questions you need to know the answers to are, where's the bait? What's the bait doing? The bait is in transition mode. The redfish are just following the bait. And that goes for every species and every transition. Understand what the bait is doing and you will catch more fish. Now we're going to cover lures real quick. You only need one. Go to the store, go to your tackle box, find your favorite 3-inch paddle tail, pick a natural color, grab a 1/4 ounce jig head and hit the water. The redfish are keyed in on small baits. It's the springtime. You don't need to be out there with a 5-inch jerk bait or anything like that. Get you a 3-inch swim bait. You can go out there, you can swim it, just steady retrieve it. You can bounce it on the bottom. It's super versatile and it's all you need. Throw it until you find the fish. Once you find the feeding fish, they're aggressive, they're gonna eat it. Well, that's it. Catching fish in the spring is not all that simple. It's a lot simpler than getting my voice back, I'll tell you that. The fish are out there, they're aggressive, they're hungry, the water temperatures are rising, and you need to go fishing. It's going to help you catch fish. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. Smash that like button, subscribe, and part 4 will come out closer to summertime. It's also going to help you catch more fish. If you guys have enjoyed the series, let me know below in the comment section. Ask some questions and we'll keep answering questions.